First time since 2019, Illinois gun owners converged on the Illinois State Capitol yesterday for Illinois Gun Owner Lobby Day. Not a huge turnout as we've seen in the past. Really, there's not a whole bunch that's moving through the legislature concerning guns and gun owners. One bill that's floating around is a ghost gun bill that would require registration of ghost guns. But if you're not familiar with the whole concept of ghost guns, it's a homemade gun, essentially. I mean, there's all kinds of new tools, and you can buy a lower receiver for an AR-15, for instance. That's only 80% complete. That's legal to purchase, and then you just make it 100% complete with a mill, and then you can buy other components for firearms. So interesting to see if that advances at the State House, but we haven't seen at the State House legislation that we've seen in the past when it comes to, for instance, changing the FOID card system to require fingerprints. They did get that through a couple of years ago. That doesn't require fingerprints. It merely just makes it voluntary. One of the speakers yesterday at iGold touched on this, State Senator Win Stoller, and he said that he's suspicious of that just because of the kind of boiling the frog type of thing. Put the frog in, lukewarm water, and then you turn it on, and it just keeps boiling until it's dead. So iGold happening yesterday. A couple of hundred people, I think, were in attendance. We'll hear some of that event here. I'll share some sights and sounds, but of course, get your phone calls as they come in, 217-629-7970. Good morning. You're on WMAY.
I'm not registering anything. I don't give a damn what the hell the government says. You're not obliged to do anything that violates your rights. You look at Europe now, how them people are all learning how to use guns in Poland and Ukraine. People have never touched a gun in their lives. They're finding out that guns aren't that bad.
Yeah, and you think about what the Second Amendment, I'll state it for you. I'm sure you're familiar with it, but a well-regulated militia being necessary for the security of a free state, the right of the people to keep and bear arms shall not be infringed. For you, what does the security of a free state mean for you?
It means that a government that fears its people has liberty, and a government where the people fear the government, you have tyranny. That's Thomas Jefferson.
Appreciate the call. 217-629-7970 is the phone number. 643 now. I'm Greg Bishop with Springfield's Morning News. So yesterday was Gun Owner Lobby Day, the first one since 2019. Of course, they didn't have it in 2020. They canceled because of the COVID-19 pandemic restrictions, essentially shutting down the Illinois State House. And then in 2020, there were still restrictions on the public entering the Illinois State House, so the Illinois Gun Owner Lobby Day didn't happen. Well, yesterday they came downtown and they rallied, and again, some of the various messages that were sent by elected officials that spoke outside the Capitol by the Lincoln statue there on Capitol Street, or on 2nd Street rather, the intersection of Capitol and 2nd. You had people talking exactly what that caller mentioned. It's an issue of freedom. It's not about hunting. The Second Amendment is not about hunting. It's about securing a free state. And a variety of other things and concerns raised just about the trajectory of gun legislation that there could be, but also concerns about increased crime rates and different takes on what exactly legislation's passing to be more lax on criminals while having more restrictions on law-abiding gun owners. So it seemed to be some of the crucial themes, but State Representative Amy Ellick, she got to the podium, and then the women of the Republican caucus from the House and the Senate that were there converged behind her, and this is some of what she had to say during the Illinois Gun Owner Lobby Day yesterday. So tune in and some sights and sounds here from downtown Springfield.
We women of the House and Senate have to make sure that our voices are known too. I see lots of women out here. We let the guys speak, that's fine. But I want you to know we're on board too. We support you. Mostly, we appreciate that you took the time to come here today. And I want to tell you what I got in my email about 30 minutes before you all started your march from GPAC. Dear Representative Ellick, today you'll see many activists powered by the gun lobby swarm the state capitol in an attempt to roll back all the laws that we've worked hard to pass. Laws that keep Illinoisans safe from gun violence. That was my opinion too. I had to share that with you. We here know the laws that they pass do nothing to prevent gun violence. It only makes the criminals stronger and bolder. So I just want you to know we are here to support you. Continue to support us. I don't know where everybody's from. I'm from downstate. I have tons of support in my district. Please make sure, no matter where you're at, that you are reaching out to your senators and representatives, Democrats and Republicans, even if you know they don't agree with you. Keep the pressure on and let them know that you're out there. From the women of the House and Senate, thank you again. Thanks.
Again, that's State Representative Amy Ellick sharing a message she got from a gun control group just before she went to the podium. And you heard the response there from the dozens or so, and I didn't get an exact count. Somebody gave me an estimate about 250 attended, but did not spill onto the street. They marched through the street, but it did not spill onto the street when they rallied outside of the Capitol. But I also talked with State Senator Neil Anderson yesterday, and he laid out some of the concerns that he has and how he's filed bills to get rid of the firearm owner identification card, reacting to questions about delays in the FOID card processing. Here's what State Senator Neil Anderson had to share with us yesterday at iGold.
People that are concerned with the current path that the majority party is leading us down with crime and I would say the lack of understanding and sympathy for victims is to make sure they're talking to their legislators, make sure they're talking to their local public officials. Here at iGold today, this is a great group of patriots that is focused on their constitutional right to be able to protect themselves. So happy they're here and happy to be a part of it.
So you've got a bill to void the FOID and end the FOID. Why?
Yeah, no, that's a great question. So I've had the repeal the FOID legislation for the past 7 years that I've been in office. The FOID card is a simple redundancy in current law. When you go to purchase a gun, you have to show your FOID card, which to get your FOID card, you had to go through basically a federal background check. Well, once you show them your FOID card and you decide to buy a gun, then you have to fill out the federal 4473 paperwork, which then puts you through the background check. So this is nothing but an infringement on law-abiding citizens' constitutional rights.
So again, State Senator Neil Anderson there sharing some of his thoughts, and especially about legislation he's filed to get rid of the FOID card in Illinois. The FOID card is still in place, but it's being challenged in state and federal court. So we'll ultimately see what happens there. But the Illinois State Rifle Association says that they'll go all the way to the U.S. Supreme Court as they've done in the past, challenging Illinois gun laws. iGold back at it. It was interesting to see them marching down the streets again after not seeing that for practically 3 years. All right, it is Springfield's Morning News. I'm Greg Bishop. Thank you so much for hanging out, and you can always take part by calling in at 217-629-79.